It is sabbatical recording day number 55, and I am going to mark this time as maybe the last time that I actually am in the van with the animals um, until after the new year as I trek home to the panhandle of Florida. And so it's so funny because I've accumulated a few things along the way, and they're now outside, and it froze. I mean, it's freezing up in Ojo Caliente. What do you expect, right? Uh, so I went out, had a cup of coffee, and sat there and meditated among the wonderful trees that are that are just here. And before, when I was here, it was beautiful, and now it's just a little chilly this morning. So I came back into the toasty van because the van does have heat, and so it was winterized, not worried about it, and put that aside. There's a couple of thoughts that I have on that. The second thing is that while I'm here yesterday, I decided after I got settled and had this really weird, um, not weird in the weird way, but weird in the great way of bumping into this guy who was in my space because he reserved spaces. And I was like, I don't care. I'm only here for one night. I don't care where I stay. I mean, there's plenty of places open. Surprisingly, though, I do want to note, surprisingly, there are quite a few people RVing up here. And it is interesting as I go there as a marketing person. I think personally that I'm not sure if they're marketing to the right demographic the correct way with these vans. A lot is done for the snowbird type or older type. The active type, not that I'm really active, but the active type that would like come up here or whatever in the snow, all of them have the Mercedes Sprinters, which are diesel, and I decided not to get that. They're also expensive. And so it's really interesting. Anyhow, that's a marketing side of me that always ponders because, of course, the hotel branding side, and I know marketing research that goes into it and blah, blah, blah. Who cares at this point? I'm going to get to what we need to think about today. As I was soaking, and it's busy. I mean, busy. I'm not going to say busier than I've ever seen it, but just busy. So I went, and it's chilly, and which means that your towels don't dry, right? So all of these things, but oh my gosh, still favorite place. Until I find another one. Winnie is having a challenge here, so she can't. Hold on. You can't. What's going on? She's just stuck. She's so big. When I looked up from one of the tubs, all around it's a whisper zone everywhere. Do people whisper? No. Does that drive this rural girl insane? Yes. Because I am not here to talk. I am here to do the non-talking. If you want to whisper, whisper, right? So whatever, I've got to get over myself. Okay, so I was sitting there, and this one, so there's jets that come out, or actually pipes that come out, and with hot water, so nice. And I was sitting there, I was looking, and up is a sign that tells you what one, and then tells you what pool, and then tells you whisper, and then there are different signs around, and I'm going to take a picture of those today. One of them, it says respect the silence, which I love. And another one was the trust. And I can't remember what it is, but I wanted for us to think about today, which is respect. And then I think about trust. And then I think about leadership and how that's been written, and how I have a colleague who has studied this for decades. And she explained the different levels of trust, because I said, I think that most people who don't study it as academics, trust, trust, trust is trust, right? And so that's for most of us. But I thought respect. So I wanted to pull out that word respect for me to think about today. I know I've talked about it before, or thought about it. I don't know if I've talked about it. Respect. Respect the person, respect the title. We say that all the time. Respect the position, for sure. Respect. So how do you come at it? I will tell you what, I had a hard time early on in my career, in my life, I guess, not just a career, respecting the person. I didn't even care what title it was, but respecting that the person, because of whatever it was. And of course, I shift my perspective on that as I got older. So respect. So how do we look at respect? How can we do that? And I'm going to try a little bit today, to respect whatever it is. Let me give you an example. So yesterday, as I'm checking in, and again, this is RV, very different from getting here at 3 o'clock and getting your room key, which another control issue. I don't get that. I don't get why they're still doing that. Anyhow, when you pay $300-400 a night, if your room's ready, please give it to them. I so disagree with that, holding that over people. I think that's awful, talking about power. I divert so much. So let's go back to the respect. The girl immediately said to me, sure, we can get, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sure, we can get you checked in, but I can't give you keys until 3. And if you know my background, you know me, in my head, what am I thinking? Girl, within your space, there's a different way to say it. And so I said, absolutely fine. I didn't know why they didn't have me that I'd stayed here before. They need to do that. Again, divert, divert, divert. Oh my gosh. And I just stood back, because I've changed my view on this. And I want to tell you a story of why I changed my view on this. And I am just rambling. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to do a part 2. So, because this is going way too much. Much love.